There. Good evening, everybody. I hope that you can all see what's going on now. We had some technical difficulties. Basically, it's a 44-year-old guy trying to figure out how to run YouTube. So hopefully it's working for you all now. If it's not, then we'll figure out something else. And I might just be talking to nobody. If I'm talking to you, just throw something in the chat that says you can see me. Anyways, welcome to the Bands of Wando Kaleidoscope concert. In years past, this has been a night filled with our large ensembles and chamber groups and a bunch of other things like that. Usually just been a festive, fun concert for us to do. And this year should be no different than that. To get prepared for this, though, there were a lot of different things we had to go with. One was we had some restrictions where certain groups couldn't play together because some kids are virtual, some kids are in person. Some groups were like we couldn't fit the whole symphonic band into one room to practice with a percussionist or even with the whole band. Here we are on in the PAC. We couldn't even bring the band out onto the floor because the stage isn't big enough to house the entire band. So with that, you're going to see a lot of interesting camera angles. Most of the band things you hear, they were recorded separately. The band recorded, then the percussion recorded. All the chamber groups you're going to see, they tried to pick a spot that they either liked because it looked good or it sounded good. So you're going to see people in stairways, in hallways, and also some of the things that go along with that. So you'll see janitors walk by. You'll hear people adjusting trash cans. You'll see a student walk by in the front of one. So there's a lot of interesting Easter eggs to pick up in this, and I think that you'll enjoy it. We're going to start off with the jazz band tonight. The jazz band's going to be playing Feliz Navidad. It's been a yearly hit, and I hope you all enjoy it.
play bassoon.
Hi, I'm Samantha and I play the clarinet.
Today we're going to be playing Carol the Bells by Mykola Lenciovich.
And Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Hugh Martin.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Lady Radicke. I'm one of the band directors here at Wando. I want to take just a moment, and though this year has been very different for all of us, we still have so very much to be thankful for. We want to make sure that we thank our administration, Dr. Appelsheimer, Mark Buckman, our athletic director, Mr. Connor, Ms. Juvar, Mr. Wilkinson, our fine arts director, CCSD, Dr. Linda Davis, Bands of Wando Foundation, and the Booster Board. Wayne Mack, we also need to thank. He takes good care of us, almost anything that we need. He's always there to help bring us paper or make sure that our ceiling isn't leaking, which it was this year for a little while. We want to also thank our band staff, all of our band parents. Seniors, this has been a real challenge for you. Both last year's seniors and now this year's seniors, we had no idea what we were walking into, but thank you for sticking with us and making this year special and as smooth as you possibly could and stepping in and stepping up. Leaders, this has been a challenge for you as well, but thank you also for making sure to take care of one another, take care of us when we need it, and making sure that we took care of our younger members. Freshmen, thank you for taking a chance on us and making sure that you tried to see a little bit of what Wando's about. We promise if you hang in there, that there's so much more to come, and you'll be proud that you hung with us through some of the tough times. Finally, thank you to our families who, there's no way that we could do all the things that we do. Thank you for being our biggest fans and always encouraging us.
Hey everybody, it's nice to see you as we have so often over the past year or so. I'm here to talk about some Outstanding Visual Performer Awards for this season. I want to start out just by saying how truly impressed I was with all of you guys this year, especially some of our upperclassmen who have done this activity at Wando at such a high level in years past and did their very best to attack it the same way this year. That was really awesome to see and a little bit surprising in the best possible way. So all of you are super appreciated for that and are definitely and have definitely done your job in leaving an awesome legacy behind you as you leave Wando. Thank you guys so much for that. Moving on to the first award, this is going to be for the upper woodwinds. The recipient of this award, we kind of got on our radar during a rehearsal in the field, and Clark said, "Hey, go over there to the clarinets and check something out for me, see what you think." And I did, and we kept going back over there throughout the course of the season, and every single time we were impressed by what we saw. So for the high woodwinds, the Outstanding Visual Performer of the Year is Sam Henshaw. Congratulations, Sam. Nice work. Well done. Moving on to the low woodwinds, this is more about a continuation of just really good work. Didn't miss a beat coming back from last year and into this year and just kept improving and kept working her tail off. For the low woodwinds, outstanding visual performer is Kirsten Miller. Congrats. Nice job, Kirsten. For the high brass, it's really kind of the same thing as a lot of these are. Picking up where you left off in a completely different environment, a completely different situation, and really just tossing that aside and saying, you know what? Not only am I going to keep getting better, but I'm going to keep helping everyone else get better along with me. And that awesome embodiment of that this year was a trumpet player, and that was Charlie Cooper. Nice job, Charlie. Thank you. And for the low brass, we were kind of looking around, searching around. It seemed like there was a lot of green. There was a lot of new folks in the low brass this year, and a lot to contend with there. And someone who always seemed to be positive and working super hard, and just again continuing that work, like I've been saying, was Justin Beavis. So he gets the award for low brass. Nice job, Justin. Thank you. And then something a little bit different. We don't do this every year, but this was definitely a year that certainly myself and Clark, as we talked about it, we felt like we had to give out this award this year and do it this way. I think we've only done it once before, and it's a most improved award. But rather than singling out one individual for this, we felt like we had to recognize the efforts of an entire section. From where it left off last season and then into this season, again, even under these strange, weird circumstances, and just totally blown up and being great and working really hard. So we decided to give the most improved award to the entire clarinet section. Nice job, you guys. Thank you so much for your hard work. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in just a little bit.
Everybody, I fumbled something a few moments ago, and I want to clean that up right before we go to the next thing. One of the people that we were wanting to thank was Eric Wilkinson. He is our Fine Arts Department Chair, and he is new to that position this year, but is just fantastic in supporting not only the Wando Band, but all of the Fine Arts Department. So I want to make sure that we clean that up, and also I want to make sure that we didn't leave out our Harmony sponsors and the community of Mount Pleasant. As we've gone through pop-up performances and all kinds of things, the community has been out supporting us and has for so many years. In addition to that, and finally, Guy Seeley, Home Depot, Lowe's, and Dillon Supply helped with our props this year. And, you know, even though it was so different, those people really came through for us in a time where a lot of people wouldn't have or couldn't have, and we are so thankful for them. Next, we are moving on to Concert Band 1, performing Fantasy of Carols, arranged by Jay Bocook. Please enjoy.
Hey, Sarah Imholtz here. Here to talk to you guys about the upcoming Winter Guard season that we're having. The Color Guard this year has done a really amazing job of trying to adapt to change and adapt to new things happening for us. And though we've had some challenges coming forward towards Winter Guard, we have a lot of really hopeful things that are going to come into the future. So the competitive season is going to be virtual only, our competitive circuit. So we have decided, so instead of doing a traditional Winter Guard season like we normally do, we're going to instead be doing basically a Kaleidoscope type performance with the Color Guard. So even though we're not able to do a traditional Winter Guard competitive season, we're able to do like a recital style where it can include choreography from different staff members, student choreography, senior solos, those kind of things. So even though it's not going to necessarily look like a typical Winter Guard show or a Winter Guard season, it's a really amazing opportunity for students to be able to bite in and write their own choreography, come up with their own design, come up with a theme of what we're doing show-wise. So hopefully you'll hear more about that in the future. Those performances are already scheduled to be April 16th and April 16th and April 17th, 2021. So hopefully mark your calendars for what will be basically a Winter Guard recital.
After Winter Guard kind of finishes up, we'll be moving into some of the other spring things that we have going on. One of those is the percussion concert, the jazz and percussion concert. Right now, we're still planning to have that. Whether or not we have a live audience or whether it's virtual again, we'll still be doing that. That's going to be April 29th. That all depends on how things look. The good thing about Percussion Ensemble is we can all wear masks and we have a smaller group, so we should be able to play some stuff live. We've already been working on some pieces, and we've been having some fun with that. And actually, you're going to see that here in a little bit. Right now, we're going to give out some percussion and color guard awards. So I'll start off, and that's for the outstanding visual performer percussion. This one goes to somebody that, as I talked to the other staff, we were talking about who we thought did well, and we all came up with the same name. This person has done a really good job of adapting and just doing some great work on the field. They switched instruments this year, and you wouldn't have known it. They were at ease. They knew all their stuff. They were on top of everything, and really doing a great job, especially as a sophomore. So that award goes to E.J. Butler. And then the second award is Outstanding Performer, Front Ensemble. Front Ensemble, first off, did a great job this year. They probably performed better than they ever have in my time that I've been here. So we are all really, really proud of what they did. So it was tough just with everybody doing as well as they did. But this person, not only were they performing really well in the Front Ensemble, but they also took on a lot of other responsibilities, playing other instruments, and made themselves very, very visual in the program, and has continued to work throughout past the marching band season. So the award for Outstanding Performer in the Front Ensemble goes to David Robinson.
All right, so for the Color Guard Awards, this first award is the Outstanding Guard Performer. I was actually surprised this performer has not already gotten this award before, because she is such a brilliant performer, incredible dancer, mover, spinner, all of those things, and definitely, even in a weird season so far, definitely rose to the occasion. So this year, the Outstanding Guard Performer goes to Tori Mabe. Our Rookie of the Year is certainly, without a doubt, going to be an all-star for sure. So we've been really excited to see her grow, taking ownership of knowing the choreography, working well with others, just an all-around standout, somebody that we're really excited to see, grow in the program, and that's May Cathy. And for the Most Improved Award, I actually always hate calling it Most Improved because it always kind of gives this connotation that this person was not good to begin with. This student was never bad. She was always somebody that we were kind of excited to see grow, but just the amount that she kind of grew and developed in this last, from Winter Guard season to Color Guard and now into this upcoming Winter Guard season. This is a performer that maybe at first we just didn't really notice how much potential the student has until recently. We've been really, really excited to see how much potential she has, how much growth she had in such a small amount of time, And so, yeah, that's why Guard Most Improved Award goes to Katina Bell.
All right, up next we have some percussion ensemble. In the chat, I see that some people were asking for more cowbell. If you're wondering if this is actually live, like we are actually live. Obviously the videos are not live, but right up coming up next we have Carol of the Cowbells. It's a great Christmas tune and a great percussion ensemble. Hope you enjoy it.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Tim again here, kicking off just another little set of awards. Two more visual awards to hand out for tonight. The first one is going to be Rookie of the Year. And I definitely don't want to say that it was decided who this was going to be in April, but that is the way it ended up turning out. Literally from the moment I saw the first video that this person submitted, I thought, this is somebody that I want to watch out for the entire season. And it was not easy, or it was not difficult to find him once we were finally able to get together in person. And it was a good call. And it was pretty much a straight line up from that video, I believe back in April, all the way to the end of this season. Rookie of the Year award goes to Graham Norman. Nice job, Graham. Really well done. And then finally, the MVP award for this year. Again, not as Clark and I were the main ones kind of out there with you guys this year. And as we talked about this, there wasn't a whole lot of debate in our heads about what this was. And this almost, and I mean this in a very 100% good way, it almost becomes a kind of a junior staff award. This guy did so much to help us and to help you, the whole band, along throughout the course of the fall and the summer, again, once we got together, and to the point where I kind of paused what I was doing a couple times in rehearsals and just listened to him and went, wow, he is super prepared for this, super into this, and doing a great job helping his peers move up in what they're doing. And it was invaluable for us this year and for you. MVP, again, goes to Ben Karenchak. Thank you so much, Ben. Nice job.
I get the distinct pleasure of announcing the concerto competition winners. This year, we didn't tell our judges exactly what to do other than to pick somebody who you felt maybe did the best job, did the most musically, did all that stuff. And both judges, when Mr. Handel went up to Mr. Rush and I went up to Mr. Smith, they both sort of looked at us and were like, man, this is really hard. And I love that that's a problem. When we then said, okay, who do you want to choose? And they said, well, I know who I think I want this to be first, but I also have a second and third. Literally, both of them did that. We didn't ask for that, but they gave it to us. So we thought you might want to know as well. So for the brass group, the third place winner that was there was Mr. Chase Snoots. Congratulations, Chase. If you haven't heard his pantomime by Philip Spark, it's pretty incredible. The second place winner was somebody who, when I saw that they were playing this, I knew this solo, and I got scared pretty quickly. And I even went and listened to it to remember, like, is this as hard as I think? And sure enough, it was. But when I got to hear him perform it, he did a heck of a job. So the second place winner goes to Mr. Charlie Cooper. The first place winner there was someone who handled a lot of the technical facility, but also played incredibly musically. And when I say the name, you're going to know that she exudes musicality in a lot of things that she does. So the first place winner of the brass concerto competition is Miss Caroline Haig. For the woodwinds, it was equally tough. Mr. Rush apparently called Mrs. Radke and was like, I can't decide. Like, there were some incredible players, and they had to talk for a little while to say, well, what did you like? What did you like best? But he said, okay, well, you've got to announce all three. That's kind of where we are. So the third place winner, there is no surprise at all. I really hate that I didn't get to hear this live, but it's Mr. Luca Ratcliffe. Congratulations, Luca. The second place winner was somebody who, when I asked, how did it go? They were like, oh, it was terrible. It was just awful. Now, many of you do that, and I wish you could really understand what terrible is versus the way that you play. None of you plays terribly. You may not play as well as you want, but gosh, in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty incredible. So the second place winner of the Woodwind Room was Miss Brooke Smith. The first place winner is another one of those that when I ask, how's it going? How are you playing? Oh, I'm just awful. I'm so terrible. Please don't listen to me. I think all of you need to understand that we are so blessed to be in a program where our standards may sometimes be even a little bit too high. And if Bobby Lambert's saying that to you, that may be a little much. I am so thrilled. As I was sitting there listening to the brass, I remember thinking, my college, we used to do Tuesday morning recitals every week. My Tuesday morning recital with all these music majors, wasn't often as good as what I was hearing there. And from this player, I'm sure it was absolutely stunning. The first place winner in the woodwind concerto competition was Miss Lauren Wiggins. Congratulations, Lauren. Hey, I wanted to talk to you a little bit. First of all, it's so amazing the team of people that we have here at Wando. I mean, Mr. Handel putting this together. There are actually people, I was doing a clinic for Ensemble with people from all over the country just a few minutes ago, and they have the link, and so I hope a few of them are watching us now too. They're so impressed and amazed at what we're able to do, and to have Mr. Handel able to showcase the wonderful talents and the abilities that you all have in an equally wonderful way. I am just a very fortunate band director. And one who gets to start talking to us about looking ahead. And in our classes today, we started talking about that. What are we going to be the rest of this year as we hopefully move out of this COVID phase and back into something that's maybe a little bit more traditional? I wouldn't even say traditional, but a little bit more normal for us. And how do we look to next year with some of the changes that are there? The thought of knowing that we've weathered a pretty terrible storm is really powerful. I don't want any of us to walk away from this year going like, oh, okay, next. This will go down as the toughest and the most rewarding year of my career. I know it will. It's been amazing to see the way that you all have banded together. See how I did there? It's amazing to see how you've banded together despite a lot of odds. And I would tell you I've been pushed to my limit several times, but I've also been taken to the highest mountaintops because of the way that you've performed. I remember being in here the night that it rained and the brass got to play. I remember seeing the saxophones playing Duck, Duck, Goose in another room. I remember, just even the silly fun things that you've done this year is really pretty powerful. And so we can't leave this without really acknowledging how much we've been through and how well we've weathered that storm. One of the things that will come out of this as a real win for me are the closer connections and the idea that we've got to get even better at that. Symphonic band today reminded me that, we're doing some good things, but we've got to do better. And I hear that, and I think you're going to find a lot of people committed to that. And that's going to be us stepping back a little bit and you all helping us figure out how do we do this better? How can we make this go? And so we charge you to help us build those relationships even closer than what they are now. But one of the connections I think we have made is with our community. We performed 7 times out in the community, not including the football games. But with that, I've had to turn down 5 other requests just because of timing or where we were at that moment. That's really impressive. There are more people who know about the Wando Band in our community than ever before. We could win Grand Nationals, and it's not going to mean as much different. It's not going to mean as much as us playing at their grandparents' nursing home, or us playing when they drove by at a restaurant, or coming to shop and seeing us. That live interaction has been very powerful for us. We need to now do that with the middle school kids. They're going through the same things we are, but they don't have the benefit of being able to do as much as we. So it's going to be really important that if you know any middle school kids, if you know any middle school families, not just kids, that we reach out to them and let them know, hey, this Wando band, when things got rough, they really helped each other out and made ways to make great things happen. The knowledge of all this leads back to our mission statement of great people doing great things. And I'm so proud and so impressed by the way that we have done that most recently. I can't thank you enough for all that you've done to make this go. With that being said, one of the favorite things that we do, one of the favorite and despised things that we do is sometimes the parade. When we get there and we actually do it, we're like, yay, we're here. Like I've got this dance break party that you guys did last year with the 2 dogs from the River Dogs. Having a lot of fun. But when to get all the stuff ready for that is a little bit of a pain. I know when percussion has to learn the parts to Brighter Side of Christmas, you can look up on the board. I'm no fool. I know how you guys learned that part, and I don't blame you. It's not the funnest thing in the world. But one of the things I did enjoy this year was getting to see you do Brighter Side of Christmas in our own special way. So I'm going to turn it over back to Mr. Handel and let him show the Brighter Side of Christmas along with our next set of chamber groups.
One more time. This is it, Frosty.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm E.C. Setzer. I'm the band booster president, and I just wanted to take a minute to thank all of you for all of your support this year. And I just really wanted to thank these three amazing directors that we have behind us. And we have something for all of you, for each of you, from our entire band family, from all of the parents.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you do. We love and adore you, and we hope you and your families have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you,
Thank
EC.
you, EC.
Appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for that. I already see tons of candy. You all know the sweet spot. Love it. Thank you all so very much. This has been an incredible year, and I know Mrs. Radeke thanked a lot of the parents beforehand, but just being at Band Booster meetings, that can sometimes be challenging, but it was always such a blast, and to know that you were caring as much as I was about the benefit of the program was just incredible. We just have a couple more things to wrap up before we end this with a big shebang. The first thing we want to do, though, is honor one of our staff members. A few years ago, the foundation approached us about wanting to honor one of our staff members, and we came up with the idea of who better to name this award after than Mr. Michael Gray. He is synonymous with Wando, more so than any of the rest of us. He's been here longer than all of us combined, and it's just, he's an incredible part of our program. He created a video for us tonight that we're going to watch, and then we'll announce the winner of the Michael Gray Staff Award.
Hello, Wando. It's Michael Gray here. I am so sorry I could not be with you in person tonight, but I am not able to join you. It's still a great day and a great week. So many good things happening. We've got to be safe and smart going into the new year so that we can all be together, happy and healthy when it's time to be Wando again. And that's going to be sooner than you think. I've been working almost for a year now in isolation, basically, on the show. The show keeps going. It has not stopped. So I'm very excited about that. I do want to wish you all a happy holiday. No matter how you celebrate it, please be prudent. please think and eat to excess. Just eat like pigs, and we'll get it all knocked off of you in the spring. I have the honor of presenting the Michael Gray Staff Award, and I got to tell you, when Mr. Lambert asked me my opinion about this, my decision came pretty quickly. I've said this before, and I don't mean it in a bad way. My tools when I paint are my paint, my brushes, my canvas. The tools when we make marching band are the students, the staff, and the show itself, what we're making. And it's so important to have the best material possible. And I knew going into this fall, we were in such unusual circumstances that motivating the kids and making sure they were safe and engaged is number one. Number two was the same with the staff, and to just keep Wando alive and to fight this thing as best we could. The one person who every time I saw them was like superhuman in their enthusiasm, in their energy, in their playfulness, in their normality, and they just never let down. They single-handedly, in their consistency of performance as a staff member, motivated not only other staff members, but every kid they came in contact with. It is a great pleasure to name this year's recipient as Will Frankenberger.
Well, and we have Will's plaque right here. Will is actually in Chicago right now, and he may even be watching. So, Will, if you are watching, know that we love you a lot, and we thank you for all that you did for us this year. Hey, we don't have very much to do, and you know Lambert can sometimes go on just a little bit, but I won't this time. Mr. Handel's maybe promised not to do that. Number one, we got to open the gift from all of the families that are there, and we're really overwhelmed. Thank you. Thank you so much. We know that you care about us by the way that you do things, but that also makes it really very special too. So thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. We really appreciate that. You know, we're coming up on the end of this concert and coming up on the end of this year, and I'm really pretty proud of us. We got this in 2 hours, and normally each event is separately 2 hours. So Mr. Handel, putting this together, has done a magnificent job. I want everybody, when you see him tomorrow, tell him what a great job this was and what a great thing this was to put together. Just like we're telling you, know that he spent a lot of restless nights making this go. When he told me he was having bad dreams about it blowing up, that's when I knew he'd probably worked on it a little too long. But that was 4 days ago. So he's really put in the time and effort. So to wrap things up, you know, we put together a marching band show in about 12 hours. We did 7 pop-up performances. We have 160 kids auditioning for all region band. We have nearly 50 students in the jazz program. Every student, whether they were virtual or live, played in some part of a chamber group this past season. Just incredibly inspired by that. Leads us to our last award, the Warrior Award. We started this about 4 years ago to honor the section or group that had gone above and beyond the normal call to really make the bands of Wando great people doing great things. And this year we started talking about some things. We talked about certain sections who dressed up every time they had to dress up. We talked about certain sections that were meeting here outside of regular hours. We were talking about sections that were getting together at home so that they could play better. We talked about different groups that were going and volunteering. We talked about different groups that were doing all kinds of things. And we started thinking like, oh my gosh, we just named every section in the band and gave a pretty compelling argument as to why that section should be the Warrior, win the Warrior Award. This plaque goes into our band room, and sections have won it before. The mellophones have won it before. The trumpets have won it before. This year, we talked about it. Actually, it took us about a day, and I believe it was Mr. Handel or Mrs. Radicke. One of them said, hey, it should just be this. And when they said that, we kind of sat on it for a couple of hours and then came back to it like, that's exactly who it should be. Because this group exemplifies the very best of the Wando band, going above and beyond at all times. But it just wasn't one section this entire season. It was every single one of you. It was all those sections combined. And so the 2020 Warrior Award goes to the Wando High School Marching Band. We're so proud of all of you. And I know that sometimes it feels like, oh, well, everybody gets a puppy. You know what? When everybody busts their butt, they deserve that. And the bigger thing from this is I want everybody for the next 50 years to know that the Wando Band was saved by the 2020-2021 Wando Band, because it could have gone away really fast, but everybody that's here saved it. And it'll be there for the next 50 years for somebody else to enjoy. Hey, so with things going on and the season upon us, we always want to let you know how much we care about you and how much that we respect you. This concert is just a labor of love that we know that you do, and it's really nerve-wracking. We know that too. You do everything. Parents, we don't do very much for this concert, but maybe just get them prepared and getting in the right mindset. The students take care of so much of it. You take care of so much of it. With all that, we're just so thankful for you. To end the concert, we actually have two special things. We have Symphonic Band doing Sleigh Ride with some pretty impressive guest conductors and guest performers. And then after that, we've got some special messages from really special people just directly to you, Wando Band. So we're going to sign off here, but please know there's a little bit more to come. Just a few more minutes. So hang on tight. Make sure that you watch all the way to the end. Love you all a lot. We'll see you tomorrow.
One, two, 1 and 2.
Yo, I'm Will Mears. I graduated in 2020. I want to wish a very Merry Christmas to the tuba section. I miss you guys every day.
Hi everyone, my name's Chase Meller. I graduated from the Wando High School Band last year. I just want to give a quick shout out to the fabulous clarinet section. May your holidays be bright, jolly, and oh right, keep the pickle jars fresh, please.
Hey everybody, it's me, AJ, and I'm Trad. We graduated back in the old year 2019. Just wanted to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas everyone, and trombones.
Go saxophones, warriors, whoa.
Hi guys, it's Madeline and Maggie, and we graduated in 2020. And we're here wishing you happy holidays, especially to the double reeds and the mellophones, and of course the trumpet section, because they are the best section. Also, we want to say for future reference, eggs are not dairy. But anyways, happy holidays, and everybody have a good break. Bye guys.
Hey Wando, it's me, Evan Geiger, class of 2019. I'm also known as Chuck, but I just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that jazz. And my favorite memory at Wando is warming up for senior year Grand Nationals, and then getting back on the bus and seeing that flow marching had uploaded the brass warm up and how good we sounded.
Hi, I'm Davis Ginn from the class of 2019, and I want to wish all the trumpeters and the entire Wando Band family some holidays of pure awesomeness.
Hey everyone, it's Lauren. I graduated in the class of 2020, and I just wanted to wish everyone in the Wando Band a happy holiday season.
I'm Andrew Wyndham.
And I'm Maddox Allen, and we graduated in 2019.
And we'd like to wish the band a Merry Christmas.
Hey Wando, Anna Johnston here, class of 2020. Just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and let you know that I miss you guys, but I hope you're having an amazing year. Major Johnston out.
All right, everybody, from all of us to all of you, have a Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.